Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 23 of It's Cool with Jasmine Cool. You guys are actually going to watch me crochet today for a couple reasons. One, it might be entertaining for you. I don't know. But the main reason being, I have to finish this, today. Because it's for my brother. I think I've explained this before, that they're going to a concert and my brother asked me to make masks for it, and I'm supposed to mail these to Chicago, and they need them by March 4th. So you guys are gonna watch me do this because it needs to be done. Okay, I have 6 more rows of this section, and then I gotta start the next section of white, and then I move on to green. God, I told my brother that this would be done by today, but I don't know. I made the other one with half double crochets accidentally instead of single crochets because I had spent a really long time working on a Taylor Swift cardigan. That was my sister's birthday present. She doesn't have it because my family forgot to take it back with them last week, but she knows about it now. I made it purple and navy instead of cream and black because her favorite color is purple. But I was working on that, which is entirely doubles and half doubles, so there was I wasn't used to not doing a yarn over. You guys can't really see, but I don't know if do you need to see? I mean, the people listening can't see anyways, so we'll make it fair. Just kidding. But so I accidentally made the other one out of half double crochets, which was much faster, as you would imagine, for those of you that crochet that know what I'm talking about. So basically, for those of you who don't, when you crochet, there's a yarn over, which is wrapping the yarn around the hook and then inserting into whatever, and then you pull through. Well, this is also a yarn over. And so a half double would be you yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3 loops that are on your hook. But a single crochet, you just insert and then pull through once. So the half double is larger than the single, as you probably could have guessed. So yeah, the other one took much less time than this one is taking. Probably should have just done this one out of half doubles, but I was because I was following a pattern that said to use singles, but I was an idiot and accidentally used half doubles. So then I ended up I figured it out when I was done with the orange section. So I had way more orange than the other 2 colors, but you can't really tell from the front anyways. You can only tell from the back where they're seamed that there's more orange than green and white, and it was faster. But I was well, I need to make them even, but instead of making the other one out of half doubles and just actually cutting the amount of orange in half or whatever, I just decided to actually do this one out of singles, like it says. But I don't know, it'll be fine. I just gotta work today. It's gonna be annoying though, because at some point I have to do theory homework, and at some point I have to, like, I don't know. I kind of forgot. Oh, I have opera rehearsal again today. I might have mentioned this. I'm running the light board for the opera. My college is doing the opera Alcina by Handel. It's crazy as hell, but like great. It's really exciting. I went to rehearsal the last 2 days, but I didn't really get to do anything because they weren't like they were still figuring out lights and everything, because my job basically is just going to be pressing go for like each of the light sets, and they didn't have those like done yet, so I just got to like watch the run-throughs and kind of see what's going on, which was really cool. The opera is literally insane though. It's kind of crazy. I'm also like in love with like all of the leads, because I know some of them like personally, and they're just fantastic people, great singers, and it's got me like, damn. Also, the opera director is one of the funniest people ever. Like, I don't know, and like the staging and set and everything the set is insane. Like, it's so detailed and so, I don't know, because, so basically, the plot of Alcina is, it takes place on this island where Alcina is the queen. And Alcina has a sister named Morgana, and they get powers from this magical urn. And Alcina basically, she like enchants every man or whatever that comes to that island, to be in love with her, and then when she's done with them, she turns them into wild animals. So yeah, and then like our version out the island is like a carnival island, so there's like various like carnival rides that where everything takes place. So the main set piece is in the back. It's this giant clown that we named Fucky. I didn't name it. They named it Fucky. That's completely irrelevant, but it's like this giant clown with an open mouth, and that's like the entrance to the like carnival rides. And then there's like these mirror things called fucklings, because they also have Fucky the Clown painted on them. So yeah. So basically this is set in a carnival, and so they've all got like, God, the costumes are crazy, but like in the best way. My friends are like on the backstage crew, and they're wearing like black leather horse masks that look very sketchy, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So there's that. But anyways, so at the present moment, Alcina has her like object of her affection is Ruggiero, who she stole. He's a knight that she stole from like, Ruggiero was, like, fully engaged to this, other girl named Bradamante. I just got a notification. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My fucking computer keeps wanting me to update my OneDrive storage because stuff isn't backed up. And I'm like, just shut up. And it also wants me to, like, update my antivirus protection or whatever. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay for that. Just stop. Anyways, so, Ruggiero was engaged to Bradamante, but then was stolen by Alcina and is now, like, entranced and in love with Alcina. So Bradamante and her friend, I think it's supposed to be Melissa, but like, I think it's technically supposed to be, like, a female, but, like, okay, in opera, gender stuff gets really fucking weird because so many roles can be played by, like a woman playing a man or a man playing a woman, so it's, like, really confusing about what gender the character is supposed to be, especially when I know, like, the people, like, the actors playing it, right? So, because, like, we have a countertenor playing Bradamante, because, so it's, like, I don't know, like, so it's, like, which is normally, like, a soprano role, and I think it's supposed to be Melissa, which is I think it's supposed to, that doesn't make sense though, or Melissa, I don't know, but anyways, because we've got two baritones playing that role, so I suppose maybe it's a baritone role. I have to actually look into it more, but anyways, Melissa and Bradamante show up dressed as soldiers, and they're disguising Bradamante as her brother Ricciardo. So then what happens is, Morgana starts off kind of in love with this tenor named Oronte, and then when Ricciardo shows up, Morgana falls in love with Ricciardo. And then, like, leaves the tenor guy behind. The tenor guy challenges the other two and then gets broken up with by Morgana. Sucks for him. And then Morgana brings Ricciardo and Melissa to Alcina's court, where Ruggiero kind of sees those two, and then Ruggiero thinks that Alcina is cheating with Ricciardo. So Ruggiero thinks that Alcina is in love with Ricciardo, and gets upset. And then Alcina is like, I'm gonna turn Ricciardo into an animal to prove my love to Ruggiero. But then Morgana begs her not to because Morgana is in love with Ricciardo. And she says, no, Ricciardo's not in love with you. He's in love with me. Like, don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And then somehow Ruggiero gets a ring that breaks Alcina's spell. Because Ruggiero was under a spell the whole time. I don't know if I mentioned that. And, like, didn't remember Bradamante at all. But then, like, he somehow gets a ring that, like, breaks the spell and then makes a plan to, like, escape. But then somebody finds out and tells Alcina, and she's like, I want to die. You're all gonna die. I'll turn you into wild animals. There's some kind of war thing going on. I don't know, like somebody is attacking the island or some shit. I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Morgana gets rejected by Ricciardo. Well, because Morgana discovers that Ricciardo is actually Bradamante. So slay. So then she's upset. She, like, tries to make up with tenor Oronte Man, but Oronte Man is like, no, I know you're lying. Like, I know you're lying. Like, he says, I know she's lying, but my heart still adores her. Or something like that. And it's so cute. Why is it not going? I don't know what just happened. Hold on one moment. Okay, I think it was working. I hope. Anyways, so then, Oronte, so Alcina is like, because she gets her powers from this urn or whatever, right? But basically, when she gets betrayed, when she finds out, because she does find out that Ruggiero is going to run away with Bradamante, she realizes that she was, like, actually in love with Ruggiero and not just, like, messing with him anymore, which is causing her powers to fade, which you don't actually get from the opera. That's something I read after the fact. But then, so she gets her powers from this magical urn, and then she's going to turn them all into animals. But then Ruggiero, Bradamante, and show up to try and stop her, and then Oronte shows up for some reason, and Ruggiero gives him his gun and just says, I want your freedom, not your blood, or whatever the fuck. And then Oronte's like, chill, man, because those two had been fighting before. I don't, like, whatever. And then Morgana comes in, and I don't know what Morgana's trying to do. Oh my god, okay, hold on. I'll explain the little subplot afterwards. So, fuck. Anyways. Sorry. So, like, all the main characters are, like, in the main area. And then, Ruggiero takes Alcina's magical urn, breaks it, the spell is broken, and the synopsis said Alcina and Morgana are, forgotten. Forgotten? What does that mean? So anyways, they're forgotten. And everything is happy. And everybody is free. I'm going to count these rows again. That's actually as much as I need. So it's a good thing I checked. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, there's a subplot going on this whole time that's like not really like that important of a subplot, but there's this little boy named like Alberto or something who is looking for his dad. And so Alberto like goes to Alcina and is like blah 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 blah, if you can find my dad, I'll be in your debt forever. And Alcina's like, slay, okay. So or well, when he goes to Alcina, she's like distraught. So she's like just saying shit basically. And then he shows up again and is like, "Hey, have you seen my dad? Like, I'm looking for my dad." And then she's like, "Come kill this tiger." And he's like, "I know that's my dad. Why, like, that's disgusting. Why would you have me do that? Like, you monster." Barbara, is the line, exactly. So, yeah. And then sings this whole aria about, "I know that's my father. Why would you try and have me kill my father?" So, yeah. That happens, and then, like, yeah. I don't know why that's relevant at all, but it's not really, I guess. But yeah, that happens. That's the plot of Alcina for ya. Um, Hold on. Okay. I think that's long enough. I need to double check something with the other one. Because I need to see how big to make this part. I think I'm going to go a little more because it's going to decrease the next round or so. So, yeah. Operas be crazy as hell, man. Like, it's wonderful. My roommate and I actually my roommate came up with this idea. Because we had been considering making, like, another YouTube channel or, like, some kind of social media platform to, like, give a breakdown or, like, advice to, like, people who want to go into music school, because there's so little information about it, and just kind of like detailing our process and like even like after college, like what happens, because neither of us come from families that have done shit like that before, so we're like completely clueless, which a lot of people are. So, and it would be nice to have some of that information like there, you know? Um, so we were thinking of doing that anyway. And then she came up with the idea to watch operas without subtitles and guess what the plot is. Which would be really fucking funny because these plots are crazy as hell. So when they're like in another language, the subtitles are really important. But if you don't have those, then it can just get really funny because odds are you're not even gonna come up with something crazy enough to be the actual plot. So that's the fun part. So we thought of like that idea. That would be kind of fun to do. And if that was kind of like an intro channel for like people trying to get into like especially voice, because Emily and I are like not opera girlies. We like don't know probably as many operas as we should, but like and it's something that you need to like learn. I'm trying to decide if I want to decrease one more or if that's going to be a big enough eye hole. I can't decide. We'll go with this. We'll just do this. But yeah, we thought that would be really fun. I had such a busy fucking week this week. My lesson got canceled last week, so I had to like reschedule one for this week. So I had to cancel my therapy appointment that was supposed to be yesterday to have my voice lesson. Then I have another voice lesson today, and then I'm performing in studio tomorrow because it's an Everybody Sings day. I got a little mad at, no, I was not really mad at my voice teacher yesterday, but she sent me an email at like 9:07 that was like, hey, one of the members of the studio isn't going to be back because they're like off doing grad school auditions. They're not going to be back until whenever, like after their scheduled lesson time. Can you like move? So I said I can do this time, and then I emailed my accompanist and I was like, hey, I know this is really short notice, and if you can't make it, that's okay, but if you could, that'd be great. And then my voice teacher responds to my email and is like, their flight actually got canceled, so you don't actually have to change times. So I was like, awesome. So then I had to email my accompanist again and be like, sorry, never mind. Lesson is at normal time. It was kind of embarrassing. I was like, because my vibes with my accompanist are like so strange. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah. Though. What else happened? It was also just like a regularly busy week. Like it felt extra busy for some reason. Oh my god, I just remembered something that I have to do. But it's not like a hard thing. It just might take some time. I don't know. It's my English diction midterm. Not midterm, final, because my term is over like next week. Which is crazy. Like it does not feel like my term should be almost done. Like my spring break is in like 2 weeks. I don't know. This has just gone by so fast. I ordered a new record player. Because my younger brother was here like last Friday and he's a bad influence on my bank account. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I actually bought I have a new set of shelves here. This is my old record player still. The other one hasn't come in yet. It's supposed to get here today, actually. This is my pile of tea that I think I'm going to be taking home over spring break. I'm like slowly taking more and more things home that I like don't need or don't want here anymore. But even so, when my parents come to get me like when school is like over for the year, they're gonna need 2 cars, quite frankly, because we barely made it in 1 car, and I now have 2 more sets of shelves. So, yeah. My brother wants me to take one of his electric guitars, and I'm like, sure, I would love to. Where the hell am I gonna put that? Anyways, I guess I'll wrap it up. Gotta keep working on this baddie. She's coming along. Anyways, thank you if you made it this far. My favorite song of the week this week, I finally timed this right. I've been trying to get this to be song of the week for so many months now. It's really the entire album Esquemas by Becky G. But at the moment, the song is sticking. Like, I literally cannot pick a song from this album because I just love all of them. I love all of the songs off of this album. But at the moment, I'm feeling Buen Dia and Guapa. Guapa is a song to listen to if you want to feel hot as hell. Yeah. Those are my favorite songs this week. So, have a good day.